print can mean the difference between a really contemporary look, a current look, and even trendy look, and something that's really dated and definitely a little bit of, frumpy. Hi, this is Netta Manley. Welcome to my channel. If you are new here, I help women over 40 feel confident in their style and have fun with fashion. So today we are having a little different setup here because I am going to share my screen with you and talk about something that I get a lot of questions about. We just completed the 5 days to front freestyle challenge in my private Facebook group, the Netta Manley Style VIP group. If you are not in that group, there's a link in the description box below so that you can join the group. It is an amazing community. And we've had the most fun in the front freestyle challenge. So we're dissecting what makes an outfit frumpy. And prints came up again and again. You know I love prints. I'm a big print person, but well, not big prints, but you know what I mean? I really like prints. But prints can be tricky, and prints can be one of the factors that can cause your outfit to look frumpy and not fashionable. So today we're going to talk and really just dive into what makes a print frumpy. How do you choose a print that reflects your personal style and at the same time is contemporary, is current, and has none of that frump factor that we're trying to avoid, right? Okay, so I'm going to share my screen with you and show you my strategies for picking a print that is not frumpy. The first thing I want to encourage everybody to do is really just get a sense of what's out there. So if you can spend some time on sites that cater to or that have trendy pieces and trendy updated wardrobe elements every season, then you're going to be able to more quickly spot the trends or the prints that are current and fresh and fun and the prints that are a little bit dated. So that would be my first suggestion. So I am going to show you Anthropologie right now. And if you go on Anthropologie, which sort of has a boho vibe, but Anthropologie is really geared towards women who are in their 30s and 40s and maybe 50s and stuff primarily. So you're looking at pieces that are designed for women who like to follow trends and who want to be stylish, but they're not 20 years old for the most part, especially since the budget of Anthropologie really kind of puts that out of a 20-year-old's range. So if you look at these prints and just get an idea of what's out there. So we're seeing that Sammy blouse, those are some of the key colors of the season, some obviously boho inspired prints, but you'll even see on sites like Anthropologie that you're going to find more classic pieces. This cloth and stone classic button down in different colors, that is quite classic. And then you're going to find some more that are super trendy, like, I don't know, like this camo tee or this really pretty floral top. So you're going to find a little bit of both, but in general, you're going to be able to start to spot what is trending when it comes to patterns and prints right now, right? So you can see there are some mixed prints happening. There's that teal. You can also see the silhouettes and styles that are really, here's another mixed print. I love this graphic print here that's made out of geometric shapes. So that's really cool. And I'm seeing a lot of that. So checking out the prints that are current at some of the stores that carry updated pieces is going to be a great way of training your eye. Spend some time looking at what's out there, looking at what's available, and you'll have an idea of what you can incorporate into your own wardrobe and which of these elements, which of these pieces, which of these prints really reflects your personal style. Word of caution, there's a lot of granny chic in stores. So you're going to find some things that you're going to think, maybe that would be cute at 30, and maybe at 50 it's going to feel a little frumpy. This top could go either way. So we're going to get to that in a minute, but there are definitely going to be things that are going to be, I would say both of these could be a little bit borderline. And so it really would depend on how you style it. So that's going to be my next suggestion. Training your eye also means going to some brands that are really known for their beautiful prints. One of my favorites is called Road Resort. I think might just be called Road now. I love this brand, but if you look at their patterns, they're a little bit over the top, but they are so cool. They are so fun. Look at that. That is so fabulous. And they are definitely not frumpy. So they are really known for these beautiful signature prints. And if you look at how they're combining prints, what types of prints they're featuring, it's going to tell you a lot about what is happening in prints when it comes to fashion right now, right? So look at the brands that are doing prints really well. Another favorite of mine is Farm Rio. Farm Rio, their slogan is follow the sun, which I just love. And their prints are, look how cool that dress is. That is incredible. So one of my favorite dresses, I featured it on my Instagram, is from Farm Rio. It's got like a fruit print. They've got like a fun, whimsical vibe. You know, these are dots and florals, but very, very contemporary, very cool, very colorful, and definitely this has to speak to your personal style because it's very, it's not at all subtle. But if you are looking for prints that really make a statement, and if you are a print person like me, this is a great place to check out. Like, what do these prints look like? What is currently happening in terms of prints? Another great brand to check out for prints is a brand called Desigual. Desigual is, I believe they're a Spanish company, and they have, like, that's the long camo dress is so cool, but they have really great prints and lots of great detail. So very, a little bit boho, a little bit arty, but look how cool that is. So great place to look up prints. They've got great scarves, they've got great jackets, they've got great completer pieces, you know, great detailing. So really definitely checking out, like, how cool is that print on that rectangular floral foulard. So looking at prints that are on brands that do prints really well, training your eye, spending 15 minutes, half an hour, looking at prints that are out there can really help you see what's current, see what's trendy, and filter through the brands that are going to work for you. Okay, the next thing is kind of an extension of what I just said, and that's to check the brand. So we're going to go over and we're going to look at Nordstrom, because Nordstrom has a variety of brands, right? And the thing about Nordstrom is that you've got brands that are very contemporary and trend focused, and then you have brands that are a little bit more classic. So Halogen is one of the Nordstrom brands that tends to run a little bit more classic, and Caslon is the same way. So when you're trying to decide, if you're on the fence about a print and you don't know for sure whether that print is leaning frumpy or if it's leaning fashionable, then check the brand. So for example, All Saints, that's a trendy, cool brand. The silk blend camisole is awesome. So you know that you're going to most likely find a great print there. That said, keep in mind that just because a 25-year-old can wear that print on a ruffled high neck top doesn't mean that it's going to necessarily be a great choice for you. That granny chic aspect is still there, so you're still going to want to look at some other factors, but brand is really a key consideration. Then you look at the Halogen top next to it, or even the Vince Camuto. Vince Camuto is a pretty contemporary brand, but this top does not read contemporary to me, and neither does the Halogen. So you want to look at the difference between how the different brands are styling their pieces. This is a key example. So this is a Nick and Zoe top. I like Nick and Zoe, but this top is definitely designed for somebody a little bit more mature, and in my opinion is not super contemporary. Whereas if you look at this, and this might even be too youthful for you, but this Madewell top that's next to it, you're going to see that difference. So this is a Vince Camuto top. I feel like this is a little bit mature, a little bit bordering on frumpy, whereas this printed silk tank, that is something that is a lot more contemporary and fashion forward. So checking the brand, if you're in doubt and the brand is one of the brands that really is kind of catering towards older women, you might want to pause and just look at how you can style that. Look at the other details of the piece and see if it's going to work for you overall. Okay, choose stylized prints over natural prints. Now this depends on your style personality. Maybe you like little floral prints because that is your style personality, and you know, maybe you're romantic or you're boho. But when in doubt, choosing a stylized print over really natural print, one that looks like something that comes in nature, is going to be a great choice. So I'm going to share my my pictures with you so that you can see what it looks like when I'm comparing these different prints, right? Okay, so let's look at this paisley print here and the small paisley print here. So these are two prints that I would identify. I showed you that top before, but not only are the prints a little bit frumpy, but the cuts and the silhouettes are going to give you an idea of who they are marketing. So this tunic with the asymmetric hem and the little ruffle detail at the bottom, that's not a contemporary style. That is definitely a frumpy silhouette, and you're going to want to stay away from something like that, especially when combined with that print. So it's not just the print we're looking at, it's the print plus the silhouette. So maybe a print that borders on frumpy in a really cool silhouette is something you can pull off. But if it's frumpy and the silhouette is also kind of frumpy, it's going to be a lot harder. Same with this. I mean, this is better, but it's still like a longer tunic length top, and it's a print that's kind of borderline. Here, very classic style top. There's nothing really wrong with that. Obviously, it's just a button down style top, but the print kind of makes it not as contemporary. So now I want to show you a couple of tops side by side, sort of, so that you can see what a contemporary mixed print top looks like versus one that is a little bit more dated and potentially frumpy. So this is a Free People top. It's the Rosalie bell sleeve top. It's got a fun print, and it's definitely kind of boho inspired, very colorful, and mixes these different elements. So if you see that, it's a mixed print top, but the silhouette and the details of this make it really contemporary. Another key is like, look at how it's styled. It's styled, you know, casually. It's styled in an updated way. That's another clue that you're looking at a print that's contemporary, right? Now we're going to look at this top. You know, it's not styled badly. It's styled with white jeans. You know, the model is beautiful, of course. But if you look at the top does not have that same contemporary look that the Free People top has. I hope that this is more visible here. Could you wear this top and have it be contemporary? Absolutely. We're going to talk about ways to take a top that's potentially frumpy in your own wardrobe and maybe make it look a little bit fresher. But just wanted to show you those side by side. Another area where you see a lot of prints that are not super updated is in a printed sleeveless shell. I don't know what it is about this silhouette that makes all of the brands want to throw a print that is just not super cute on that. So this printed sleeveless top is, you know, a little underwhelming in terms of how contemporary it is. That's you know, a soft floral on this very classic sleeveless shape just does not do a lot in terms of elevating your style. But if we look at this next print here, look at the details on that top. This is from Frame. I know this is an expensive silk blouse, but you can find this at every price point. It's really just the details. So you're looking at that fun ruffled sleeve and then a print that is just cool and contemporary. So it's really the combination of the style and the print that's going to create either a contemporary look, a fun look, a fashionable look, or a frumpy look. You can't just take the print. If you put this print on a tunic with an asymmetric hem, it's probably going to look frumpy. If you take this print and you put it on that same blouse that we were just looking at from Frame, it could look really contemporary. But the combination of those two elements is really what's making this look a little bit more mature or more boring or more dated. And not that we don't want to look mature, but we don't want to look dated, or we don't want to look like we're not paying attention to what's happening in style, right? So that is one of the things I wanted to show you, is really looking at the style and the print together. Okay, Let's talk about classic versus trendy. So there are prints that are going to be classic and there are going to be prints that are going to be trendy. If you look at a place like Rode or some of the other brands that I've shown you, their prints are going to be a little bit more trend focused. If you're looking for something that's a little bit more classic and that's not going to date as quickly in your wardrobe, then I want to encourage you to go with the classic prints. That includes stripes, it includes checks and some plaids, dots. Even though dots and polka dots are really on trend right now, they also happen to be a really classic print. So if you're looking for something that is going to stand the test of time, if you're going to invest in something like a beautiful silk blouse that you want to last a really long time, then go for the prints that are a little bit more classic. Stripes, dots, checks, you can't go wrong with those. Plaids, you can't go wrong with those. But florals, strong geometric patterns, and seasonally inspired patterns like the ones that you see at the contemporary brands are going to date much more quickly. The next thing I want to point out is that a medium scale print is generally going to be a little bit easier to find in a non-frumpy version than an either very small scale print or a really oversized print. So a lot of times what makes a print look frumpy is the scale. But if you go for a more medium scale print, you're probably going to have a better shot at finding something that is not frumpy than if you look at something with a really small scale print. So this print is a little oversized. I would say this could border on frumpy, but you're looking at this more medium scale print and you're going to have better luck finding flattering options in that print. I would say this could be medium to large, but that's a great print. Free People even has a tunic this season. Look at that. But that print, it's Free People, so it's going to look contemporary for the most part. But like an oversized print like this or an undersized print like this is going to look a lot more frumpy. This one from Nick and Zoe, love the colors and the stylized print. But if this was a little smaller, it would be a lot easier to wear. Alex Evening, this foil printed twin set here, that's going to be a lot more frumpy. But if you look at Paige and you've got this medium sized print, it's going to be a lot easier to wear. So I forgot to mention that another very classic print is an animal print. So if you're looking to invest in a piece with a print that won't date, leopard is never going to date. Yes, leopard has been having a huge resurgence the last several years, but it's always going to be in style. So invest in prints that are not going to date and look for that medium scale print as opposed to a very large print or a very small print. The next thing I want to share about styling prints, and this is really key, is that a lot of how a print is going to appear on you is going to come down to how you put it together in an outfit. So are you styling it in a contemporary way, or are you styling it in a very basic way or kind of a boring way? So if you're wearing a printed top and you're just wearing it with a very simple pair of pants or a basic pair of jeans, it's not going to look as contemporary as it could if you layered it, you added some really cool accessories, you did something to style it in a certain way. So clothes are not outfits until we make them into outfits, right? Otherwise, they're just separates. They're unrelated pieces that we happen to be wearing. So one of the easy ways to downplay the frump factor of a print is to layer it under a utility jacket. I'm layering a utility jacket here over a striped sweater, and that can really, first of all, create that vertical line and kind of keep the horizontal stripe from being unflattering, but it also is a way to update and make a print a little bit more fun and a little bit more fashiony. Okay, so there are a lot of utility jackets shown here, but you can see if you can throw a basic utility jacket, a cool utility jacket, one that suits your style and your body, the color that you love, you can throw that on over a printed top. Here's a printed utility jacket, but you can throw it on over a printed top. All of a sudden that printed top is going to look a lot more updated and a lot cooler. So here you go. This is a little utility jacket layered over, looks like a silky shell in a print. Oh, that's a military jacket from Tory Burch. That is amazing. So obviously you can have the print on the jacket and a solid top too, as we're saying. But any jacket layered over a boring top is going to take that top to a little bit of a more stylish level. So definitely check out those utility jackets. Check out a denim jacket. You could do a cool long cardigan. You could do a moto jacket, of course, a suede jacket, a bomber, whatever style jacket that you love. Layering a jacket over a printed top can really make it look more like an outfit. Another thing is to consider the accessories you're wearing. Are you wearing a classic or potentially frumpy printed top with classic tiny accessories, or are you wearing them with cool statement accessories that can really elevate it and make it look more contemporary? Are you doing a front tuck or belting the top, or are you just letting it hang and cover up your body and not flatter your figure? So keeping those things in mind, you can tuck, you can accessorize, you can layer, you can knot, you can zhuzh, you can style a lot of the tops that are in your wardrobe that are currently a little bit borderline frumpy to make them look really fashionable and really contemporary. You don't have to toss all of them right away. Another thing to ask yourself is, does the top need to be hemmed? A lot of the tunics from a few years ago, maybe it can be salvaged. Maybe the print is fine and it fits well everywhere else and it's just a little too long. In that case, front tucking it, belting it, or even shortening it so that it's a more contemporary length can do a lot towards making that top a lot more stylish. The final thing I want to say is that there are some silhouettes that really lend themselves to frumpier prints and frumpier styles. So I want to share those with you really quickly. The first is the tunic. The tunic can be classic and cool, or it can be potentially frumpy. So you really need to be careful with a tunic. And a tunic that's printed is going to have a lot more of that frump factor than a tunic that is solid. So seeing a lot of solid tunics here, and these, these can work if that length works for you. I like this Tory Burch one, which could really kind of double as a cover up. But when you're looking at just long tops like this that have prints on them and hit at an awkward spot, a lot of them have hemlines that are just not going to be super flattering. That's not cute. So the combination of print and then the tunic length here really adds to the frump factor. Okay, another style that can be potentially frumpy is a shell. So when a shell is in a print, it can look a lot less elevated and a lot less, well, they do not know what I mean by shell here, do they? A lot less contemporary than a printed top in another silhouette. So this is more like a tank than a shell. But the silky sleeveless tops like this, they come out with these every single season in every type of pattern. And these are, really kind of corporate looking. They look like you should be wearing them under a suit. But if you are dressing in a professional setting where you need to layer a sleeveless top under a suit, there's so many better options than these little shells. Okay, in leopard, that looks great. But you're going to find that this silhouette and this style of top shows up in all the not so cute prints. The snake is great. Yeah, the rest of them, I would say no. Could you do this print in, maybe not. Could you do that print in a different silhouette? Maybe. Could you do this print in a different silhouette? Maybe. Some of these you could do in a different silhouette, but in the combination of the print and then that sleeveless shell silhouette is really going to pull everything down. I hope that was helpful. I know that I covered a lot in this video, going over different brands that you can look at, how to train your eye, how to choose the combination of print and style that's going to make you feel beautiful and not frumpy. If you have any questions about prints, I'm happy to hop on and do another video about prints. Clearly, I'm passionate about the subject and can definitely dive into it more. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. How do you feel about prints? Do you love them? Do you wear them? How do you feel about prints making you feel frumpy? Have you noticed that some of your favorite silhouettes are showing up in frumpier prints? And I hope that this gave you some new ideas and some new resources. Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to hit the subscription bell and the subscription button and the notification bell so that you can know when I go live with new videos. I upload new videos every Tuesday and every Friday. And of course, hit the like button. Let me know that you like this video and that you'd like to see more videos like it. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.